Well, somehow, Dismal Minus have managed to make an alien invasion of Earth really boring. 3 episodes in. Oh, let's talk about it if I can keep myself awake after the scroll. Bonjour. I didn't realise until I was editing the video last week or the first week I'd done these reviews that after the scroll, when I'm talking about scrolls, I don't know why I was going mentalist that day. I didn't get the joke until afterwards, but now I do, so I had to point it out. And I don't think the makers of this program understand anything. They don't. And I know I banged on about it before about the immaturity of the storytelling, and it just you can't get away from it. You just cannot get away from it. The image, and basically, spoiler alert. So the whole thing of this one was that they're plotting. They send 3 of them, 3 scrolls, to get onto a submarine to launch a missile at a plane. Right, fine, but there's no build-up. That wasn't set up at the beginning as a way of adding tension to the show, which I think more adept creative storytellers would be at least looking at. If not, doing that at the beginning of episode 1, let alone the beginning of episode 3. Because you literally just get to the end of it and it's happening. And one of the guys from the Navy, a scroll from the Navy, has got the, or not the scroll from the Navy, the one that they break into his room, like the Admiral, whatever it is. He's got all the onboard for the nuclear submarine in his house. And all right, he has got a bit of a security detail, but none of it, this is what I keep boiling back to, none of it is realistic within the world they need to create. I know I don't need it hyper real, I do not need that. But you do need a kind of world that does look as if it could exist in because this story is set in the real world. If it was set on Asgard, then anything can happen. But the highlight of this series is 100% the dialogue. The dialogue they've given the actor who plays Gravik, I mean, I've never seen him in anything else, so I don't know. Like I've always said with Dismal Minus shows, you can't really blame the actors for being wooden. Because, look, you know, they're given chip-ins to spout. It's a wonder they don't all say, I'm Groot, to be fair. The dialogue is that wooden. But the guy who plays Gravik, my God, he's. I know what they're. You can kind of see there's a 5% of they're trying to go for that enigmatic cult leader, because that's what he effectively is in this show. And it just doesn't work. It just comes across as someone talking really slow and saying words. One of the scrolls says to the black guy from one of the other episodes where we at. He says, all faith is built on risk. What? This is his speech to convince this black guy that they're all doing the right thing. This new scroll, he's just joined the resistance. What they're resisting against, I don't know. The human, I don't know, human race. What they resist? Surely resistant. Anyway, we can't go too deep. But how stupid is that? All faith is built on risk. No, it's not. Of course, it's not. But it's said with this kind of serious intensity that I'm assuming only children of a certain age are gonna bite on that. You're not any adult who's got any inkling of really. But I know this is only I'm kind of really zoning in on that, but only to give you an example of the shockingly bad dialogue. And Fury's dialogue just gets better and better. I mean, this week, Talos, he's begging Talos to help him, Fury. And Talos knows he's going to come crawling back to him. Why he doesn't go to the Avengers, I don't know. Or the Fantastic Four. Or why he's crawling around after Talos, I don't know. Maybe to keep it on the down low. I think they might have said in episode 1, I think there was a throwaway line that means that Fury can't trust even any of the superheroes. But he's worked with all of them, I would argue, longer than he has Talos. But anyway, we can't apply that kind of logic. Let's just mock the dialogue. And Talos makes Fury say, as if they haven't deconstructed the character enough already, as if they haven't, like I said last time, that Marvel they've got the Black James Bond character here, and this is what they're doing with him. They're making him say to Talos, "Help me, Talos, because I am useless without you." And it's not, the actor who's playing Talos, I thought he was kind of saying that we like a little bit tongue-in-cheek, and Fury walks off and doesn't say it. Now that's the Fury. Fury should have a comeback with, well, help me or not, it's as much within your, you're just as helpless as I am, or anything. We need to get team up, anything. But that line of dialogue, what is the matter with these people that sat round that creative table and decided on that? It's just not what the character would do. And they've got a map. They've got a map, and they've got to go to Plymouth because it's all to do with the Navy. And one of them says Portsmouth. That is where the Naval Command HQ is. But it's just how it's just so bad. Let's go to. Oh God. Why do we need? I am a scroll. I'm going to, and they've each got a file of the people they've got to look like. But you've got what? You've got scrolls that are like the US President and the Prime Minister of England and China and India. But you've got no one in the Navy. You've got to hijack them, and this is where the whole thing falls apart. This is where making it cheap, making it on a scale cheap and nasty, doesn't work. The low budget scale of this show, it's creaking under the weight of the conceit of a shape-shifting alien invasion. Because on the one hand, you've got world leaders as Skrulls, and on the other hand, it takes three guys in a van to infiltrate a Navy base. Doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. But it needed special effects. It needed all of that thrown at this great storytelling to make a secret invasion work. You needed adult storytelling. You needed professional storytelling. Men and women that have been round the block in TV or film, not just plucked off a cartoon show here. And most of the time, I haven't even looked at where they've dug up this lot from. Most of the time, you do your stint on Rick and Morty, then you get given a high-profile job on Dismal Minus. And it shows. And it shows. And they need a sub to target a plane. And just like I say, none of it is all realistic. And if you haven't gathered by now, it ain't worth watching. Do not waste your time with this show. We're 3 episodes in out of 6. Do you think we've got a satisfactory midpoint? This should be the explosive, all singing, all dancing cliffhanger that sets us off. Dire. And that's literally all I have to say about it. I kind of got my lecture out of my system last week, and this is really, I don't even know what this has been really, a review, because essentially not a lot happens apart from poor old Fury is looking even more of a failed character. What a shame. And like I've previously said, if this is the first video of mine you're watching about this series, I get it when you use a character and you put him through the mill or her through the mill and bring them down to their lowest ebb. I get that. But we're 3 episodes in now and he's in even lower ebb. And I wouldn't mind if it was someone else apart from Dismal, but I don't trust them to pull this off. I don't trust them one iota. And let's see if I'm wrong. I've made a couple of predictions. I ain't going to make any more. The only other prediction I'm going to make is that I'm going to have to really force myself to watch next week's episode like I did this week's, because they are dull. They are as dull as dishwater. And on that note, a quick thank you again to everyone. If you've stayed with me this far in this video, a special thank you to you nutters, including you subscribing nutters. You know how much I love you. And please keep commenting and liking my videos. I really appreciate it, and it really helps me out at my little low level base that I'm at in the YouTube sphere. Thanks again, and until next time, I will bid you adios.